I was walking in the wholesale flower district that day.
I'm Chris Lohkamp. I am the scene designer, technical director, and scene shop supervisor.
And I'm Chloe Eubanks, and I'm the props coordinator.
So we'll start with scenic designer. Essentially, my job is to come up with the overall visual aesthetic for the setting. I'm determining how that is influencing the story we're trying to tell. As technical director, then I have to switch that part of my brain and go from, okay, this is the idea of what we want it to look like. How do we actually make that happen? And I create all the construction drawings and that kind of stuff in order to build that. And then scene shop manager is then delegating that to my shop hires and the volunteer crew and actually making it happen.
Well, it's definitely taking the scenic design and making the world feel lived in, making sure that everything you're looking at is time period accurate, that you're not looking at something going, that's an iPhone. That would not be there in the 1970s or look like that, and just make everything pop and come alive.
Yeah, it's really filling in the nooks and crannies of the world that I create. Products are more expensive. Lumber increasingly goes up, same with paint. So that influences my decisions as to like how far I want to go with things. We're kind of in a rebuilding year in terms of our staffing. So we're figuring out what our capabilities are in the shop, how big is too big, and what can actually happen. But I think, the biggest limitations is their time and money. So.
I think my main challenge, at least for this show, is that I've just never done it before. And so it's just navigating how best to find props, how best to create props, and make sure I'm doing it in the most accurate and best way I can, while also learning a bunch in the process.
When students have that aha moment, when they realize that, these pieces that seemingly are disconnected, when they come together and actually make a thing, that's really great. And it's always fun, going from paper, or in my case on my computer, to actual like three-dimensional reality is always exciting. It's also when you always realize where the issues are, because this is all make-believe land, but when you start actually building things, it's like, oh, that's bigger or smaller than I thought it was going to be. Great.
I think the most favorite parts for me is finding and creating them, because you can write stuff down all day, but actually building something with your hands and making it tangible and being able to point at it and say, I did that, that's pretty cool, is probably the most rewarding.
I mean, it's a great show. The music is a lot of fun. Hopefully we've created an environment that is exciting to look at. It's been 15 years since we've done this show last, and I think it's one that's worth coming to see again.
It's just such a beautiful show. I got to see it briefly for a design watch, and I was like, this is so much fun. This is so fun to watch, and then it'll be so great seeing everything come together, and it's truly gonna be a beautiful show.